Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so let me recollect the topics that we did. So we started with block 1 and we covered these topics. And the last topic was, I guess, social change in the earlier class. And let me see. Social process we covered. Yes. Social control also. So in unit 5 of the block 1, that is social control, we have already covered that in the last class. You can go through the notes, and if you don't understand, because it's briefly described now in the notes, and we have covered the essence of that topic, social control, right, in the unit 5. We also covered social change, social progress, and social development, right. uh, who has asked me about the Auguste Comte stages?
Me, ma'am.
Right. So, Hidayatullah, have you understood now?
Yeah, ma'am, I understood.
Yes.
Also,
Okay.
Shabnam helped me.
Okay. Thank you. Now we'll start with block 2, right? I have also shared my PPT so you can understand from it as well. And rest you have to go through the notes and you can ask me any questions if you want. Alright. Now we'll start with block 2. Block 2 comprises of the topic society, social and social subsystem. The subsystem that exists in the society, there is a system, but now we will talk about various subsystems. Like Unit 1 will cover marriage and family, Unit 2 will cover society and culture, Unit 3 will cover social stratification, and Unit 4 will cover the state as a social institution. Right? Now we will start with Unit 1, and today we will complete the Unit 1 completely. It's not a very tough unit. I think it's easy to a moderate level, right? Now we'll start with marriage and family as institution. So we all know that marriage is an institution where men and women, they come along to form a family life, right? Though various religions have different views upon marriages, we all know we have marriages according to various religion and cultural, and the approaches are different. And marriages happen because there is a system, there's an institution in our society where women and men, they have to come together and form a family life, and also have a parenthood, and they have to establish a family, right? So since long we have seen marriage as an institution, so this is a very easy topic. Now there are forms of marriages, right? You have to understand these forms of marriages which are very important, right? There are forms of marriages if you see in Indian system or in other cultures also, so you can relate the forms of marriages, right? So the most universally prevalent forms that we see today are monogamy and polygamy. So there are two forms, that is monogamy and one is polygamy, right? When it comes to polygamy, when it's come when it comes to polygamy, you will see that polygamy, we are talking about polygamy right now. You'll see polygamy is the marriage between one male or one female with several females or males, right? So it is a form of marriage in which a male has two or more wives at a time. So when we talk about polygamy, we say whether a male or whether a female having several partners, right? That is called polygamy. Now, in this system, in polygamy, there is a subsystem called polyandry. When we talk about polyandry, so remember this, polygamy is marriage with one male, and with one male means one male marrying two wives, in simple words, and one female marrying having two husbands or same, right? Now in polyandry, when a woman has more than one husband, so polygamy is given for male and polyandry now comes for female, right? Polygamy, male having two wives, and polyandry, one woman has more than one husband. It is called polyandry in simple words, right? You have to learn these, polygamy and polyandry. Then we'll study about marriage as an institution. We'll study about monogamy in coming lectures. Then we'll study about marriage as an institution. So we all know that marriage is a socially approved way of establishing a family, right? So what a marriage is? It is an institution. It is a socially approved institution where families come together. We do have certain duties and roles and rights also when it comes to marriage as an institution, how a society sees marriage. So when, according to a society or according to people around you, it is an institution where it is socially approved. Definitely it is approved by your parents, by your families, by your relatives, right? There is some clearly acknowledged social ritual. So when a marriage take place, there is a ritual that happens. Social ritual that happens. It depends upon various culture. Like you might be having different ritual of marriage. Means way ritual means a way how a marriage is conducted. You have a different ritual when it comes to other cultures or other religions, they have different rituals. So when it comes to India and in Hindus family, you will see that there's a mandap that is there where marriage take place, and they have to take 7 rounds around that fire that is there in the mandap, and you have different ritual, right? So when it comes to marriage institution, there are certain, you can say, characteristics or features. First, you will say the wedding. That is, wedding means a legal or religious ceremonies that happen. There is a sign taken or in some, you know, papers, or there's a ritual, or there is a ceremony that happens. So when a ceremony is taking place, that is a wedding. In simple words, right? Then there is licensing also. Licensing means there must be some paper or there must be a legal sanction that states that the marriage is legal, right? Because when we talk about property rights and other rights, that will be distributed according to the legal licensing that we have. You obviously, you when a girl goes to the um groom's house, and she will get her address change or something, so there will be a marriage certificate will be, which will be the basis of uh, changing of her address, that now she's the wife, and that's why. uh, the address will going to change, so there will be licensing and ceremony, right? And there will be religious rites also. So in our society there are many religions, so they will have different rites and rituals of a marriage. Now there is a mate selection. Obviously you will go through that arrangement where your uh, freedom to choose your mate is done, or whether you also uh, the freedom is given to you or not, or your family will choose. So there will be different types of process that will go around when you see marriage as an institution, right? Now when we talk about family as an institution, right, the institution of family is a consequence of marriage. So obviously marriage take place between two people, then they have a family, right? We all know that. So a family is defined as a group of people related by blood. Now two people marrying and they will have their son or daughter, and they are related by blood. So there is a blood relation that exists, and that is why we call each other as family, right? Or there might be adoption also. If some parents want to adopt a child and take care of that child, so you can consider them as family as well. So there will be a licensing also certificate given by the court, right? Everything will happen by the rules. Now during the course of a normal life, an individual belongs to two types of families, right? There are two types of families. First is where you are born, the family of orientation, means where you are born, whether a girl or a boy. So when you are born in the family, wherever you are born, that is family of orientation. You have your siblings, you have your parents. Then there is family of procreation, consisting of the spouse and children. So family of procreation means when you are married and then you have spouse and then have children, right? So one is the family where you are born, and other is the one where you are married. Simple words. Then dimensions. What are the various dimensions of family? See, in general framework, we will say there are two types of family structure, which is nuclear family and extended family, right? Nuclear family consists of adult parents and the dependents like children. So you have your parents and you are there. That's nuclear, means three people are there, or four people are there, or six people. That's it. Four to five people or six people means parents and their children are called nuclear families. Now, in the extended families, includes your parents, you, your grandparents, grandchildren, aunties, uncles, everyone. It means even the closest of relatives, your uncles, your aunts, everyone are living together. Your grandparents are also there. That is called extended families. So when it is if you see in the Indian context, right, the extended family, that is the family with the grandparents and grandchildren and uncles and aunts. So the extended family is called joint families. That's the word that is given in Indian context. And when it comes to nuclear family, you are there and your parents are there. Okay. Now, when it comes to forms of marriage, so we have a, monogamy marriage. What is a monogamy marriage? The marriage of one man to one woman. Simple. So earlier I said we will discuss about monogamy. So monogamy is when one person marries the other person. There are two people, right? That's it. And polygamy is when the marriage of one person happens to two or more person. Like even when a male is marrying two females, then it is polygamy. And when a female is marrying two males, it is polyandry. You have we have discussed, right? So there is one kind of m- one different kind of marriage also, that is fraternal polyandry. The last line, you can see the last line, fraternal polyandry, right? So where brothers took one common wife, so means two brothers having one wife, it is called fraternal polyandry. So you have to learn these, it is very simple, right? So as we discussed, one man to several women, polygamy. One woman to many men, marriage, polyandry. Brothers, two brothers having one common wife, fraternal polyandry. Right? Now, there are certain norms when we select a partner. This is very basic if you see in today's society. However, when we study society and social institution, these chapters and these knowledge has been coming from several years from what used to happen. So you might add your different view also when you write an answer of how today, a selection of a partner is done. So you can also add to your knowledge. So when it comes to norms for selection of a partner, a system where people marry outside their family or a clan is called exogamy. So when you select a partner, I really want to ask you one question. Is these types of marriages are there in your culture also? Anyone would like to answer this? I really want to know that. Please, somebody, please answer. There are 10 people. I really want your answer. Are you understanding what am I saying? And if yes, is these kind of systems are there in your culture also? Anyone? Nuria? Shabnam is there today? No. Yes, Kamruddin. Kamruddin, please answer me. Kamruddin, please answer me. Yes, Nuria.
Hi, ma'am. This question is about our country. In our country, there's a type of a marriage that one man can elect for a woman for a
Right.
marriage.
So polygamy is there.
Yeah, yeah.
Polygamy is there. So
And are the other kind of marriage that you said before is not in our country?
polyandry is not there.
Yes, yes.
Polyandry, when a female marries several men, that is not there.
No, no, it's not there.
Right. And when two brothers have one common wife, is it there?
No, no, this is not there.
Right. So okay, thank you. Also, these kinds of marriages used to exist. Even in our today's society in India, polygamy is practiced, but other several marriages are not practiced now. Right. Now, see, but you have to understand these words when it comes to knowing about the historical development of marriages, right? Now when we select a partner, so there is a system, and that system says when people marry outside their family, it is exogamy, right? Exogamy is saying, uh, right, right now, and there's endogamy. So where people marry outside their family or clan is called exogamy, and where marriage within the group or within the families are there, that is called endogamy, right? So exogamy, if you'd
Ma'am,
say, right?
Amir wants to ask something, I think.
Wait, who wants to ask?
I'm sorry, ma'am, this was mistake.
Okay. So when it comes to exogamy, what I meant to say is you cannot marry within the family or within the people that are your blood relations, right? So exogamy is that, and endogamy is where you can marry your blood relations, or you can marry within the group your cousins and everything. So that is called endogamy. Now you must be understanding about the words. You just have to learn them because this is a learning activity. Otherwise, it is very simple. So when you say you want to marry within the family, within your group, within your blood relation, it is endogamy. When you do not marry, when it is not allowed to marry within the family or within the cousins or within your groups, it is exogamy. Simple. Then we come with the process called, so also when you see your notes, no, you'll see that there are certain characteristics that are given of about family. Those are very basic. So go through your notes. I have not included that topic because there are very, like, they will discuss about what a family is, like bonding between two people is a family, uh, you know uh, how they come together, and these are very simple characteristics that are given. So you can read and ask me if you want. Otherwise, everything is there in the PPT. Then we will talk about one more process, that is socialization. The process by which an individual develops through interaction with the other people. That is called socialization. I think we have done this topic as well. Can anyone answer me? Have we discussed what socialization is? Nuria? I think we have discussed this, so it's okay. So it is a. I have said you that it is a learned behavior. It is a pattern that we develop. How we socialize, how our behavior is, how our interaction is with the other people. So that is called socialization. So what is socialization? How we interact. What is our behavior with other people? What is our you know experience with the other person? What is our learned behavior? How we learn uh, according to the norms and the rules of the society. So is what socialization is. So when it comes to socialization in the family, so family, if you'll say, uh, family plays a very important role in individual socialization. So, how an individual interact with their parents, what is the behavior of the parents with the children, what is the behavior of the children with the relatives or friends. So this is the process of socialization is the in the family, that we get to know about how a child learns to behave with their family, how a family behaves with the child, or how parents are in interact with relatives and their friends, or how as an individual, as a child, we interact with our relatives and friends. That is what socialization in the family is about. Now there are certain stability in family patterns, right? So the institution of family is a stable system, and this makes the Indian society well integrated. So if you'll see in the Indian society, there is very much stability when it comes to family. It is not that easy to get divorced, or it is not that easy to separate yourself. Why? Because if you know about the Indian society, it is very much linked with emotions, and linked with the relationships, mutual understanding. And when a bride comes to the groom side. So everyone welcomes the bride, and there is like they are living in one house. They are mutually doing things. They are interacting with each other on daily basis. So you kind of become a part of that family. So there are stability patterns, like there that there is less misunderstanding, the communication is there within the groom side family tries to welcome the bride with respect. These are certain patterns. Now we have studied how socialization in the family take place. We get to know the stability patterns. Now we will get to know the disorganization patterns. Family disorganization means the instability. If there is organization means we come together, but if disorganization means separating, how a family separates, how divorces happens, right? Even there is a disadvantage also that families do break down. These are some points. When I was going through these points, I am not very much linked, or I don't believe that these points are prevalent in today's world. Because if you because this whole uh, knowledge of family and marriage and that you are reading, it is also related to the historical development, these trees that have developed. Like in today's world, it is very difficult for a woman to marry several men, or even I think brothers having two common wife is very very rare, very rare. So sorry, two brothers having one wife is very rare, right? So if you see the family disorganization and divorce that takes place, so this sociologist Robert Wise, he gave certain reasons, and these are very old reasons, right? So these were that why divorces take place and why family becomes unstable. So one of the reason is the changing social context, right? Which emphasizes the right and obligation of the individual. So when there is changing social context, that means when you get certain rights with you that were not there earlier, right? For example, females getting property rights in India now, even the females have the right to property, not just the son, even equal right to property if you see in the Indian system. So a social context changes, and people are not able to you can say they are not able to uh, digest this fact. Sometimes they think that females should not get the property rights. So when these kind of things happen, and when a women stand for their right, so you know family can be the uh, earlier social rules and norms that these women are trying to break now, the barriers that they are trying to break now. This might create a discomfort in the patriarchal system or in the male dominant system. So divorces can take place because of these things. Also, some of the legal barriers earlier, um, like for example, if I talk about in India, triple talaq is banned in India. If you all know, so there were also when it comes to Hindu families, if you'll see, then divorce system is there, in which two people have to live together for 6 months, and if still they want to get a divorce or they want to separate, then they can. But today it is very easy. It is very easy to get divorce, and people usually take divorces in 2 or 3 months as well. So these are the changing dynamics that is happening in today's life. So divorce was a reason where family instability happens or family is disorganized, right? Then there is very liberalized attitudes when it comes to organized religion. Sometimes people from different religion marry each other, and after marrying each other, they are not able to cope up with each other's religions. So even that is the part of separation. Now, this is the fifth point which I don't believe in, but still it is there according to Robert Wears, that is increased financial independence. So, he thought of various earlier sociologists used to think that giving financial independence to the women will lead to divorces or family disorganization or separation, which today's women, I believe, want. Agree to the statement, because there is gender parity, there is you say equality that is prevailing and that is improving, and there's different type of system in different cultures, so no comments on that, right? Now if you see the functional approach to the family, so when I say functional, we talk about the functions of the family. Am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am.
Hidayatul, are you understanding my chapter today?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or Nuria?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, when we talk about the functional approach, so various sociologists, they have studied about various functions of the family, the purpose of the family. You can say various subsets of the family, right? So it is assumed that the society has certain functions. Obviously, everyone has their different function, their different purposes. Their needs are different, right? So the family is one of the agencies to meet those functional prerequisites. So it is believed that family has to meet, they have to complete the functions that a society has given, right? So Secondly, analysis is done of the functional relationship between the family and the other subsystem of the social system, and it is assumed that there must be a certain degree of integration and harmony between the parts of the social system if society is going to function efficiently. So, when they talk about the functional approach, they have given the emphasis to the various functions of the family in the society, like the contribution made by the family, how a family contributes to the society as a whole. So they say that a family contributes in the social system by way of harmony, mutual respect to the society. A family comes together, like your family goes together to meet other people, and you create harmony and mutual respect for other families. This is a functional role of the family, right? In simple words, apart from these function performed by the subsystem for larger society, its function for the individuals are analyzed. In the case of the family, the function of the family for its individual members are to be considered. So, one function of the family is to create harmony, mutual respect, and integration for the society. The other function of a family is to create a good environment and mutual respect for the individual members also. For example, the father has to respect his wife, mother has to respect his husband, and we as children have to respect our parents. So as individuals also, we have a functional approach towards our family. We do have certain functions that we have to be within, right? Now there is a sociologist called Murdoch. He states that the family performs four basic functions. So, according to Murdoch, there are four basic functions which a family has, that is, sexual, reproductive, economic, and education. So, according to him, obviously, when it comes to sexual and reproduction, is to increase the size of the family, to give birth to their children, right? When it comes to economic, is the standard of living, the financial stability that a family needs. And when it comes to education, you all know, uh, the education that a family provides for better development of an individual. So these are uh, four basic functions according to Murdoch. So here we complete our unit 1. This was the most easiest unit you could ever have. You just have to study about what polygamy is. So monogamy, have you understood? When one person marries one person, simple in simple words. And polygamy and polyandry, you have seen now, studied now, right? Now, so we have completed unit 1 of this block. Now unit 2nd and unit 3rd will be taken in the next class. So we are about, I think we can complete these 3 units in next class. I think it is easy. And then 2 more blocks will be there, and I think by March we will complete our syllabus easily. Anyone, please come online. Today there are 11 people. I'm glad that you took a note of my message. Thank you so much. Any, uh, please open your videos. Just your videos. Yes. Hi Nasreen, how are you? Have you understand today's lecture, Nasreen?
Hello, yes, it was so easy. Sure.
It was easy. I made simple slides in very simple words. Now you have understood. When you go through your notes, you can read about it in a more comprehensive manner, right, Nasreen? Very easy chapter. This is the most easiest chapter you'll see. Hi, Hidayatullah. How are you?
I'm
Are you
fine. How
fine
about you?
now? Your health is okay, Hidayatullah, now?
Yeah, yeah, I'm fine. Thanks.
Okay,
I'm well,
so
but not very well. But I'm
okay.
okay.
So
Yeah, thanks.
why, after knowing from me
Yeah.
about the August Comte's 3 stages, why you contacted Shabnam?
Actually, mm,
Still, you were
I,
confused about it,
yeah, I
right?
was confused about that, but I asked Shabnam to understand me by first two. So he wrote information in first two, so I got something beneficial. Yeah.
So Hidayatullah, please close your mic. Yeah, Hidayatullah, if you'll understand, not your video, Hidayatullah, only your mic. So yeah, so in simple words, the first stage will say, see, the first stage will say that God is important. That's it. Whatever is happening is because of the divine powers. Sometimes superstitions can also take place in this. Black magic can also happen. You understand? You see these stages as development of human societies. What ancestors used to do, right? Or used to think sometimes. Even today, even people think everything that is happening is because of God only. That's the individual perspective that we have, right? That is the first stage. When you come to the second stage, that was theological, right? Then is metaphysical. When you comes to metaphysical, now humans have started realizing their powers. Human says everything is not just because of God. Why? Because it is us also, that we go to forest, we collect some uh, food for us, we collect water for us. So humans have started thinking even their mind is important, even their existence is important with God. God is there, but now it is us as humans who have to do certain activities so to survive. So when they have started doing fishing, cooking, right? When they have started fishing, cooking, or when they, because in earlier state they used to live in forest. In industrial development has not taken place earlier. We used to live in forest and we used to live in open lands, right? So it was very, very tough to collect food. So when they started collecting food, when they started collecting fuels, when they started collecting coal for making food, that is the process stage of metaphysical, right? Now third, last is when you give, you know, Newton's law of apple and everything. So when that law came, when experiments started happening, when you have started giving logics, whether moon revolves around earth or earth revolves around moon, when science came, when people started going to Mars, when people started going, when NASA came and every scientific or invention started happening, that is the last stage. Easy, in very simple language. Now have you understood? Yes. So when you just say everything is done by God, theological. When you say no, with God man has the powers, metaphysical. And when you start proving your inventions, when you start proving your experiment, it is scientific. Research in social work like is scientific, right? Okay. Hi Kamruddin,
Hello, ma'am.
how are you? Have you understand today's lecture?
Yes, ma'am, I understood. It was very amazing and also it was simple.
Very comprehensive. Yeah, I kept it very simple for you understand.
Yes,
Now you
yes, it
can,
was simple.
because you have to write down in at least 5-10 lines, so go through the notes. You will understand everything. Don't worry.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Who are the new people who are joining? Khatira Arab. Khatira Arab. Can I interact with you? Khoshal. I'm sorry if I'm taking your pronouncing your name in wrong manner, but Khatira. Khatir Arab, Kaushal, please come on videos. Please switch on your videos. Hi Kaushal. Kaushal, you were there in my class earlier. Or this is the first time you're attending your class. Kaushal? Aktash. Kaushal Aktash. Kaushal, am I audible? Yes, Khatira, please. Khatira, please answer me fast. Then we'll take an off. Khatira, please answer me.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi Khatira. Is this your first class?
Yes, this is my first class. Actually, I was not present in class due to some work or at my village. So now I came
Okay.
home.
Please be
Now I
regular,
start.
Khatira. Please be regular. It's just Monday, and these people know Nuria Hidayatullah. Everyone knows that I hardly take a class of 1.5 hours, right? So please
Yeah.
at least be
Okay.
there for 1.5 hours with me, okay?
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Any further questions? Nuria Hidayatullah Kamruddin, any questions from your side?
No question, ma'am. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
No, ma'am, I don't have any question.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Thank you so much.
you may switch
Nasreen
off your
has,
video.
ma'am, Nasreen had a question.
Yes,
He
Nasreen.
messaged me. Nasreen, can you ask from him?
No, I don't have any question.
Are you pulling her legs, Hidayatullah? She says she doesn't have a question.
But she messaged me, ma'am. I have a question from ma'am. I'm shaming to ask her. I will send a screenshot.
It's okay. It happens in the
I don't
class.
have question.
It's
He's
okay.
joking.
It's okay, Nasreen. Okay. Then Kaushal, you were there. Kaushal, am I pronouncing his name correctly, Nuria? Is it Kaushal? It is Kaushal. What is his name?
His
Yes,
name is
madam.
Khoshal.
Kushal.
Kaushal. Hi,
Khoshal,
Kaushal.
yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine,
Have you?
thanks, madam.
This is your first class, Kaushal.
No, I just attend other classes also.
You were there in other classes.
Yeah,
So
yes,
I've sent
madam.
you the PPT. You know what topics are covered. If you want to ask me, you can ask me anything in the group, right? I'll answer you.
Okay,
Right,
thank
right.
you, madam.
Thank you. Then I think it's a good attendance today. So please be regular in your classes. It's just 1.5 hour affair. Uh, how many subjects are there other than me? 2 or 3 subjects are there?
One is one is more.
Only one
Yeah.
more. Only 2 subjects. Okay, okay. Right. Thank you so much. I'll take care of now. Have a good week. Okay. And if there is any question or anything, you can ask me. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Take care.
Take care, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Wait. I shall stop recording first.